How's it going, everyone? This is Mitchell Mander here, and welcome to another review of the Black Clover anime. And this one happens to be the final episode of the series. And my goodness, what a journey. I've been watching Black Clover since 2018, and I have to say, despite having a rough start, I have thoroughly enjoyed this series. I'm glad I stuck with it, because, wow. This finale was great, despite the fact that we're basically in the middle of the arc, and we haven't even reached the climax of this arc. It ended in a way that I think was handled pretty well for the most part, and I thought this was an excellent episode. So guys, you know the drill. If you're new to the channel, you like this type of content, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Alrighty, let's get on to the review now. Now the episode starts out with Libe's backstory. Yes, Libe is the name of Asta's devil, in which Asta's mother actually gives Libe his name, but Libe is in the underworld, and there's a pecking order within the devils in the underworld. The higher ranking ones pick on the lower ranking ones, and, well, Libe over here is the lowest of the low, so he's pretty much getting beaten constantly, like, every day. So pretty much, even though he's a devil, his life is just full of misery, and he just wants it to end. And one day, one of the devils just throws him to where the gates of the underworld are closed at, and Libe, having no magic, having been born with no magic, just slips right through the gates and doesn't splatter as soon as he hits the gates. So he ends up surviving, and he makes it into the human world, which he's automatically rejected by humans everywhere who, as soon as they see him, they want to get the magic knights to kill him. So he's injured, and he's pretty much about to die, and that's when he's saved by a certain somebody. When Libe comes to, he actually wakes up in somebody's house, and this person happens to be Licita, which is actually Asta's mom. And shortly before she met Libe here, she unfortunately had to give Asta away, because as revealed in this episode, well, I guess it was revealed in the manga first, but revealed here that, well, anything that has mana, basically, that comes in contact with her, it immediately has the mana and life sucked out of them. As we see in this episode, as a snake approaches the cheetah here, and immediately dies as its mana and life is sucked out of it. Libe is lucky because, well, he doesn't have any magic, so he's unaffected by this. And Licita actually is really happy because, well, she's actually really lonely as a result of her broken abilities here. And she can't really interact with anybody because she just kills them immediately. So this must be fate. And even Libe over here is like, I'm a devil. I'm a bad person. And she kind of tries to reiterate to him that just because you're a devil doesn't mean you're a bad guy. And you are not a bad guy. I can tell. Another interesting thing is that Licita here has the ability to basically store objects in bottles as long as it doesn't have any mana. So I thought that was pretty interesting, as she actually grabs a 5-leaf grimoire from Libe over here, which is presumably his. So she stores it in one of the bottles that she has. Now I have to say, I actually really like the wholesome moments between Libe and Licita in this episode. Unfortunately, it's cut short as Lucifero ends up taking over Libe's body, and Licita immediately jumps into action and doesn't want to lose Libe. She already lost Asta beforehand, and she's not losing another son. Unfortunately, Lucifero, before he basically has his mana sucked out, ends up impaling Licita, and she's basically mortally wounded. But she manages to repel him back to the underworld. But before she dies, she ends up sealing Libe in the 5-leaf grimoire, in which she passes away, and as time goes on, he resents the devils for doing all this to him and robbing him of Licita. So he basically plots to get revenge on the devils that took Licita away from him. And eventually, Asta ends up coming in contact with the 5-leaf grimoire, and he wants to take over Asta's body so he can use them to seek his revenge on the devils, as he has anti-magic powers now. And it is basically one of the only things that can take out these high-ranking devils is anti-magic. So, Libe wants revenge. Now back to the present, we have Asta versus Libe, and I have to say, what an amazing battle. I think it was really well done. But the thing about it is, Libe over here, he's mocking Asta because Asta only has one arm. What is he going to do? How is he going to face off against Libe with just one arm? Asta manages to get Yami's katana before it goes over to Libe, and manages to deflect a lot of Libe's attacks. And I thought this was a really nice moment for Asta here. It shows all of his experiences up to this point, all the people he's met, all the techniques he's learned over time, and he's learned from other people and how he's picked up on them. It shows in this battle, and I think I liked all the references they had here. It was all really nice. and Asta manages to overcome Libe and defeats him, and the devil binding ritual is complete. Normally when the devil binding ritual happens, basically the user puts the devil under his command and basically has dominance over the devil. Asta rejects this and actually wants a devil befriending ritual, which is something Asta would say for sure. But he wants to be equals with Libe because Libe has actually helped him out in a lot of battles in the past. So he wants to fight with Libe as an equal and understand him because he's really just meeting him for the first time. He doesn't know his struggles in the past. He sees sadness within him and he wants to know more about Libe. So he wants to basically fight with Libe as an equal. So Libe sees this and actually accepts it, and it's basically an equal contract. At first, Noct questions this, but he ultimately says that Asta made the right choice. So they have 2 days in order to become the ultimate warrior and train in order to face off against the Spade Nation and the Dark Triad. And as the episode closes out, we get a montage of basically everybody training and getting ready for the final battle with the Dark Triad. We have Noel and the others in the Heart Kingdom getting ready to learn ultimate magic. You have Yuno training, and the former vice captain shows up. Finral's brother, I think his name is Longris, shows up to train with Yuno. There's a bunch of other scenes that are really nice. It shows a bunch of the captains. And it's basically prepping for what is the finale of this arc. Unfortunately, we're not getting it now. I don't know if it's going to be taking place in the movie or not, or if they're going to just wait a couple of years or a year or two before they pick the series back up. Not really sure, but as of right now, this is where the story of the anime comes to an end. Now I gotta say, I'm definitely gonna miss Black Clover. This is a series I've been watching for over 2 years now, and I've been consistently watching it since then. And like I said at the beginning of the video, at first I didn't really enjoy Black Clover. I felt like it was taking too many cues from Naruto, and I felt like it felt kind of unoriginal at points. But I feel like as time has gone on, it's definitely been able to stand on its own, and it's gotten better as time has gone on. In fact, I enjoy the series so much more now compared to 2 years ago. I actually think it's a really good series, and there are a lot of things that I feel that Black Clover has done that improves upon shonen tropes that other series have struggled with. For example, in my opinion, Black Clover does a good job with its side characters, whereas other series like Naruto, for example, even though I love Naruto, I can't deny the fact that a lot of side characters are shafted in that series. So I gotta give kudos to Black Clover for doing that. But I have to say, this montage and what they did towards the end of this episode and what they did in this episode, it felt like a good way to wrap up the series for now as we prepare for what's to come next for the series. We know the manga is still going on, so I encourage people to pick up the manga and start reading it if you want to kind of keep up with the story. I'd say start at about chapter 270. That's pretty much where the anime leaves off at. So pick up there and you'll be able to enjoy Black Clover in manga format. Also, we have the movie to look forward to, whether it's an original movie or just the Dark Triad Spade Kingdom arc concluding in the movie. Not really sure yet, but just we got quite a lot of stuff to look forward to, and hopefully the anime doesn't stay away too long. Alrighty guys, that's all I got for this episode review, and this is probably going to be the last time I talk about Black Clover on the channel for a while. I would do manga chapter reviews, but considering what just happened on my channel, yeah, that's not going to happen. So probably the next time I talk about the series is when we get more information on the movie, which who knows when that will be, but when that happens, I will give my thoughts on the movie when we get more information. So for this episode, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10, a solid way to end the series for now. So guys, in the comment section down below, I want you to post your thoughts on this episode and the Black Clover series as a whole. What did you think of this episode? What did you think of this ending? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What do you think of the series overall? Were you like me, where at first you weren't a big fan of it, but as time has gone on, you grew to appreciate it? I'd like to hear your thoughts. Post your thoughts in the comment section down below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you're new to the channel. And I will talk to you guys later.